Airports hum with eerie silence, their planes grounded and idle. Beachside boardwalks, once alive with laughter, now stretch empty under the sun. Hotels slash prices, but their rooms remain dark, windows reflecting a troubling stillness. Something is fracturing beneath the surface of America's most iconic destinations. And it's not just the economy, it's the very lifeblood of entire states. Tourism, the golden engine that fueled growth for decades, is grinding to a halt. 2. Welcome to Top 10 America Beyond, where we uncover the stories shaping our nation's future. One by one, legendary destinations are fading into quiet. This isn't the aftermath of a storm or a sudden catastrophe. It's a slow unraveling driven by neglect, shifting policies, and a deeper, more unsettling truth. People are simply staying away. Which states are teetering on the edge? Which ones might follow? Today we're counting down the top 10 states where tourism is faltering, threatening not just economies, but the dreams of communities built on welcoming the world. Stick with us, because these places aren't just losing visitors, they're losing time. Before we dive in, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to Top 10 America Beyond to keep these critical stories coming your way. Let's get started.
Top 10 America Beyond.
In the neon glow of Las Vegas, the casinos still shine, but the crowds are thinning. Hotel suites, once booked solid, sit untouched, and buffets that used to overflow now operate half-empty or close entirely. Nevada, a state synonymous with high-stakes glamour, is facing a sobering reality. Vegas, the heartbeat of its economy, just recorded one of its steepest tourism drops in over a decade, with Strip visitation down more than 6%. Gaming revenue is slipping and the ripple effects are chilling. Nevada relies on tourism like few other states, and when visitors stop coming, the entire system slows. Restaurants shed staff, entertainment venues go dark, and even real estate markets cool as investors hesitate. This isn't a temporary slump. It could signal a permanent shift for a state built on the allure of bright lights. On Top 10 America Beyond, we see Nevada at a crossroads, its future hanging in the balance. What's driving this decline? Rising costs, changing traveler preferences, and a fading allure are all at play. The question looms large. Can Las Vegas reinvent itself, or is its iconic shine dimming for good? As we move to our next state, consider this. With Strip visitation down 6%, what happens to the workers and families who depend on Nevada's tourism machine? Number 9. California. From golden sunsets to iconic highways, California has long been a global dream destination. But behind the postcard perfection, a storm is brewing. International travelers, especially from Canada, California's second-largest market, are vanishing. Cities like San Francisco, Anaheim and Los Angeles are reporting fewer visitors, shrinking hotel revenues and growing vacancy signs. Despite generating $157 billion 0 cents in tourism spending last year, 2025 is revealing cracks in the Golden State's armor. The cost of living, now at historic highs, is pushing travelers away. Theme parks, beach towns and wine country are struggling to maintain their pull without the global crowds that once flocked here. On Top of America Beyond, we're witnessing California's dream flicker under economic strain. Why are visitors turning away? Soaring prices, inflation and competition from more affordable destinations are squeezing California's appeal. The state's tourism industry, a cornerstone of its identity, faces an uncertain future. As we head to our next destination, ask yourself, with $157 billion 0 cents in tourism spending last year, can California afford to lose its global allure? Number 8. Florida. Palm trees sway and theme parks still sparkle, but Florida's sunshine is casting longer shadows. This titan of American tourism is on shaky ground, hit hard by a collapse in international visitors, particularly from Canada. Flight bookings from Canada to Florida plummeted over 70% this spring and summer, triggering a $2.1 billion shortfall in spending and putting 14,000 tourism jobs at risk. Cities like Miami, Orlando, and beach towns like Clearwater and Naples feel the sting. Resorts offer deep discounts to fill rooms, and restaurants that once had lines out the door now close early. Florida's economy, built on hospitality, housing, and retail, is reeling. Without a backup plan, the state faces a future where its sunny promise could fade. Top 10 America Beyond brings you the stark reality of a paradise under pressure. What's behind this free fall? Rising costs, global economic shifts, and traveler fatigue are all culprits. Florida's reliance on tourism leaves it vulnerable, and the cracks are widening. As we journey north, ponder this: with a $2.1 billion 0-cent shortfall, how long can Florida's economy withstand this tourism drought? Number 7. New York. New York City's skyline still dazzles, its lights a beacon for dreamers worldwide. But zoom in, and the streets tell a different story. Quieter, less crowded, missing the energy of global travelers. In 2025, officials slashed their visitor forecast from 67 million to 64 million, a loss of 3 million tourists, 2 million of them international. These high-spending visitors are the city's economic engine, and their absence is a gut punch. Half of New York's tourism dollars come from abroad, fueling restaurants, Broadway theaters, and museums. Now, businesses face shrinking revenue, and jobs, from tour guides to retail workers, are dwindling. Rising costs, a stronger US dollar, and concerns about cleanliness are pushing travelers away. Top 10 AM Brion sees New York at a pivotal moment, its iconic status under threat. What's eroding New York's magic? Economic pressures and shifting perceptions are making the city a tougher sell. The ripple effects could reshape its future. As we head to our next state, reflect on this. With 2 million fewer international visitors, can New York City restore its global appeal? Number 6. Hawaii. From the air, Hawaii is paradise, turquoise waters, lush mountains, golden beaches. But on the ground, the cracks are impossible to ignore. Visitor numbers have plummeted in 2025, especially from key markets like Japan and Canada. Average spending has dropped across major islands, with hotel occupancy rates on Oahu and Maui hitting lows not seen since the pandemic. The causes are compounding. Skyrocketing flight prices, stricter vacation rental laws, and wildfires in Maui have scared off travelers. Local resistance to over-tourism has led to tighter regulations, shrinking accommodation options. Businesses are closing, and workers, tour guides, surf instructors, restaurant staff face shrinking paychecks. Tourism accounts for over 20% of Hawaii's economy, and with no fallback, the islands are in crisis. Top 10 America Beyond reveals a paradise fighting to survive. What's pushing Hawaii to the brink? Environmental strain, economic barriers, and cultural tensions are colliding. The island's future hangs in the balance. As we move to the mainland, consider this. With tourism making up 20% of Hawaii's economy, what happens when the visitors stop coming? Number 5. Arizona. Arizona's desert landscapes and sunny skies have long drawn adventurers and retirees alike, but in 2025, its tourism industry is flickering. Visitor spending dropped nearly 7%, hitting Sedona's resorts and Grand Canyon tour operators hard. International tourism, particularly from Canada, is down over 10%. Record heat waves have crushed summer travel, while water restrictions and wildfire risks loom large. Airfare costs to the southwest are soaring, deterring even loyal visitors. Arizona's rapid growth, fueled by hospitality and real estate, is now at risk. Construction stalls, short-term rentals sit empty, and seasonal jobs vanish. In towns like Flagstaff and Page, reliant on national park traffic, the slowdown feels like a full stop. On Top 10 America Beyond, Arizona's natural wonders are becoming a double-edged sword. Why is Arizona faltering? Climate challenges and overuse of resources are turning its strengths into liabilities. The state's tourism model needs a reset. As we head south, ask yourself, with international tourism down 10%, can Arizona's natural beauty survive its own popularity? Number 4. Louisiana. The music of New Orleans still echoes, and its cuisine remains a draw, but Louisiana's tourism engine is stalling. In 2025, international visitors to New Orleans dropped by over 20%, draining the dollars that keep the city alive. Hotels report sharp declines in occupancy, and events like Mardi Gras and Jazz Fest are seeing fewer out-of-state attendees. The French Quarter, once packed, now has empty storefronts and shorter lines, not from better crowd control but from fewer visitors. Tourism supports over 200,000 jobs statewide, and their loss ripples beyond Bourbon Street. Rising costs, extreme summer heat, and frequent hurricanes are pushing travelers to safer, more affordable destinations. Louisiana's cultural richness is unmatched, but its economy is fragile. Top 10 America Beyond uncovers a state at risk of losing its soul. What's dimming Louisiana's vibrant light? Economic and environmental pressures are making it harder to compete. The state's resilience is being tested. As we move to the Midwest, think about this. With 200,000 jobs tied to tourism, can Louisiana's culture thrive without its visitors? Number 3. Missouri. Missouri's riverboats and barbecue built a brand of authentic American experience, but its tourism engine is sputtering. In 2025, visitor spending dropped significantly, with hotel bookings down as much as 12% in key regions. Branson, a family-friendly hub of music shows, is losing its core audience. Group tours and seniors are dwindling, and Louis struggles with shrinking convention business as major events move to more competitive cities. Kansas City's airport expansion, meant to boost tourism, hasn't delivered as hoped. And inflation and high gas prices are hitting Missouri's drive-in tourism hard, leaving small towns like Hermann and Hannibal with fewer guests. Museums, zoos, and entertainment districts see thinner crowds, and local businesses are barely hanging on. Top 10 America Beyond shows Missouri's heartland charm under strain. What's slowing Missouri's momentum? Economic pressures and shifting traveler priorities are taking a toll. The state's tourism model needs new life. As we head north, consider this. With hotel bookings down 12%, how can Missouri's small towns survive without their weekend visitors? Number 2. Illinois. Chicago's skyscrapers are still soar, and its river winds through a city of dreams. But Illinois is grappling with a quiet crisis. In 2025, Chicago's international tourism dropped over 14%, with business travel and conventions also slumping. Smaller cities like Springfield and Peoria haven't recovered from post-pandemic lows. The Route 66 corridor, once a nostalgic draw, now feels deserted, with shuttered businesses dotting its path. Illinois' high taxes, among the nation's steepest, mean pricier hotels and meals, pushing budget-conscious travelers to neighboring states. Thousands of hospitality jobs have vanished in the past year, from big hotels to roadside diners. Illinois has it all: architecture, food, history, but fewer are coming to see it. TOP 10 AM America Beyond reveals a state losing its grip on its tourism legacy. Why is Illinois fading? Cost barriers and a slow recovery are pricing it out of the market. The state's economic future is at stake. As we reach our final state, ask yourself, with international tourism down 14%, can Chicago reclaim its place as a global destination? Number 1. Texas. Texas, the Lone Star State, prides itself on doing everything bigger. But in 2025, its tourism industry is shrinking where it matters most. Texas saw downtown hotel occupancy plummet over 11% this spring. Live music venues once packed report thinning crowds. San Antonio's Riverwalk is seeing fewer tour groups, and convention bookings are missing targets. Houston, a hub for business travelers, faces slower flight traffic and emptier lobbies, with recent hurricanes raising doubts about reliability. Smaller towns like Fredericksburg and Waco report fewer bookings at wineries and bed and breakfasts. Rising costs, scorching summers and overcrowding are souring the Texas experience. Despite heavy promotion, the state's tourism foundation is cracking. TOP 10 America Beyond places Texas at the top of a troubling trend. What's dimming Texas's star? Economic, environmental, and experiential challenges are pushing visitors away. The state's bold identity faces a reckoning. As we wrap up, reflect on this. With Austin's hotel occupancy down 11%, can Texas rebuild its tourism empire? Conclusion: a nation at a crossroads. The tourism crisis gripping these 10 states, from Nevada's neon deserts to Texas's sprawling plains, is more than a temporary dip. It's a warning of deeper shifts in how we travel, spend, and dream. Nevada, California, Florida, New York, Hawaii, Arizona, Louisiana, Missouri, Illinois, and Texas are not just losing visitors. They're losing the economic and cultural vitality that tourism sustains. The numbers are stark: a 70% drop in Canadian visitors to Florida, a 20% decline in international tourists to Louisiana, a 14% fall in Chicago's global draw. These aren't just statistics, they're the livelihoods of millions, the heartbeat of communities, and the future of entire regions. What's driving this unraveling? Soaring costs, environmental strains, and shifting traveler priorities are rewriting the map of American tourism. States that once thrived on welcoming the world now face a stark choice: adapt or fade. Solutions exist: lowering costs, enhancing safety, diversifying economies, and protecting natural and cultural treasures, but time is short. Other states, like Colorado or Utah, could soon join this list if trends continue. On Top 10 America Beyond, we're committed to bringing you the stories that matter, the truths that shape our nation's path. These 10 states aren't just struggling, they're fighting for their future. Join us in this journey by liking, commenting, and subscribing to keep these stories alive. Share this video with someone who needs to know what's happening across America in 2025. Together, we can spark the conversation that rebuilds our destinations. What's next for America's tourism heartland? The answer depends on what we do now.